A segment of Restoring Hope. I am David Allen Harris-Gavin. Today I want to take a moment and talk to you about distortion in communication. You know, oftentimes we can have background noise while we're driving, and we can hear something wrong with the car, or else we can hear different noises in the house or at work. But have you ever thought about the distortion in our communication when it comes down to our relationships and when it comes down to our mates? There's a couple of reasons behind this distortion. One of them is assuming that change cannot take place. Oftentimes we just assume that things are just going to be the way they're going to be. This is drawing the wrong conclusion from the wrong facts. In other words, you jump to conclusions like you've always been that way, therefore you will always be that way. In other words, you will never change. This is really a distortion in your outlook and in your perception and in communication towards another person, or preferring that change cannot take place. For instance, some people are so familiar with behavior that they would rather put up with it rather than adjust to the new behavior in a person. Oh, wow. Even another one, a lack of trust in the other person. We become unwilling to risk ourselves with other persons on any level because we have been hurt so many times, so often. So what can we do to kind of clear up this distortion in our communication, or to improve it? First, you got a desire to improve. So the question I have to you, are you desiring to improve your communication with your mate? Communication is never easy. It is sometimes to be developed and worked out over time. It just does not happen overnight. Then you need to learn how to listen. Oh man, that's a big one. We are born talking somewhat, so to speak, so kind of, but have to work at listening skill. We have to work at listening skills. We are born to hear, but listening is a different level. We have to learn to understand the other's feelings, in tones, in their body language, in phrases, in their uniqueness about their speech, and so forth and so on. You know, this thing with distorted communication, if you want to improve it, you got to invest some time. Make a study of the other person's vocabulary. Learn to speak the other person's language. Recognize the other person's coping patterns. For instance, I'm going to give you three coping patterns. Flight, in other words, let me out of here. 2, fight, out of my way or else. And number 3, facing and solve. Come and let us reason together. We should rather choose number 3, facing to come to a solution and come to reason together, versus running or just getting out of here. And lastly, in my conclusion on this evening's session, we must learn how to love. Love should be the first and most natural law that governs our communication and relationships. Articulate the positive and eliminate the negative. Let me say that again. We need to articulate what's positive in our life, in our relationship. We need to learn how to esteem one another instead of always looking for the negative things. So we need to eliminate the negative things. And what this will do is draw out our strength in our spiritual life. And this concludes another segment of Restoring Hope, talking about distortion in our communication. This is David Allen Harris-Gavin coming to you again. Until we meet again, may the grace of God be with you. May he be for you, and may the favor of God be upon you.